Hi, and welcome back to BK Sports Card Stories. What I wanted to do today is the first episode in an ongoing series is to rank different sets. And what we're going to be doing today is ranking the 1950s top sets based on aesthetics alone. Now, these rankings are going to be different from rankings based upon whose rookie cards are in the set, how valuable they are, things like that. And we'll probably do those rankings at another time. What I want to do is introduce our tier rankings board here. So I'm going to go year by year. With tops, I'm going to start with the 1952. I know they do have the 51 game set, but I'm just going to go with the mainstream ones, start with 52 through 59. Don't worry, Bowman fans. We are going to do Bowman another time. We'll do 48 through 55 Bowman. But we are going to start with tops, 50s. I have a soft spot for the 50s top sets. I think a lot of them look great. So there's probably going to be a little bit of higher rankings than some of the other videos that we may do with other sets. So to start it off, everyone knows 52 tops. It is a classic, right? It is often imitated in Topps Heritage, in even just when people draw like a baseball card, like a representation on a cartoon or something. It often looks like 52 Tops. However, aesthetically wise, I like the design. I like the outline here with the lights, like that the team logo is over here and pretty big, and the borders and everything. However, one thing about 52 Tops for me is the images are hit or miss. Some of them are iconic, like the Mickey Mantle, of course, and there's several others that are just iconic. Then there's ones like this one here, Willard Marshall. It's just fine. And then there's some that just are off. And so remember, we're not ranking based on significance, things like that, just purely aesthetics. I'm going to put 52 tops in the B tier. It's kind of a high B, close to A, but I'm going to put that in the B tier. Next, we got 53. Now, 53 may be controversial, my opinion. I like the design. I really like the black border at the bottom. The team name is in different colors. Again, a nice big team logo. But there is something, just, I don't want to say uncanny, but there's something about the way the portraiture is done, especially when you compare it to 52 the year before and then like 54, 55, 56 after. There's just something that is off. They just look, I don't know, almost a caricature. So let me know in the comments what you think about 53, like if you see that same thing in the illustrations or if you think they look great. But just for the illustrations, I'm going to put it in the C tier. And again, there are some folks who love that set, and I don't blame you. But for me personally, I can't get there with the 53s. 54, however, is another story. 54 is a beautiful set. I love the illustration quality on that. I love the way that they have a portrait as well as an action pose here in the background. And I also like the way they mixed up the colors. You have some that have green backgrounds, some that have white, like this Monty Irvin here. And then you also have some like the Hank Aaron. Yes, this is a reprint. I'm not waving around a Hank Aaron rookie, but has orange. So I like that variety of colors with the different cards in the set. So I think the only thing that might hold this set back a little bit is there are no inserts or anything. But this is a great set. It is. I am tempted to put it up in S tier, but it's high A tier. I'm gonna put it up towards the top of A tier here because it's high A tier for me. Next up we have 55. Now 55 to me, this card right here is one of the favorites in my collection. I collect Hank Aaron extensively, and I will show more of his cards, but To me, right here, this is perfection to me. It has a bold border. It has the blocking down at the bottom where it says Hank Aaron, outfield Milwaukee Braves. Has the facsimile signature. Again, has the portrait, and this time has a color action pose along with the big team logo. To me, this is one of the most beautiful sets. And for me, it's an S tier. Now, I'm not going to stick this slabbed card up there, but we will just pretend 55 S tier. 56, another beautiful set. I think a lot of people consider this their favorite set of the 50s, and I can see why. For example, you have, again, portrait, nice blocking of the team name and the player name. And then in the background, not only do you have an action shot, you have a full bleed background. So you can see the whole stadium and the seats there on this Ernie Johnson. You can see some great action poses. This Del Crandall tagging somebody out at the plate, and this Eddie Matthews, one of my favorites. He was a great player for the Braves, but besides that, he's just absolutely destroyed poor Pee Wee Reese there. That is just a really cool action pose. Like you can just imagine what has happened. He's bowled him over, the ball is rolling away. That, for me, all of those reasons, 56 absolutely S tier as well. Hang in there, Monty. You can stay there. Come on, you got it. 57, the first year that Topps introduced full color photography rather than the illustrations. And in some ways, it's a definite win. This wasn't something that had been done very often, except the early 50s Bowman. But you get some nice shots like this, where you've got the crowd in the background. You get some nice portraits like this. And you even get some good looking team photo cards. I don't believe there were team cards in the previous years, so I think this may be the first one. Definitely, it's the first team card that's a full color photograph. So you get some great images. There are some downsides. Some of the images are kind of grainy, not the best photography. If you look at the 57 Topps compared to, say, 53 Bowman Color, I would say that the Bowman Color is much better. And then you've got what they did to poor Hank here with the reverse negative image never corrected. It makes him look like he's hitting left-handed. However, despite all that, it is still a very nice looking set. I like that they made the picture the main attraction. It's got the name and team name down here, just a border. I think it looks really, really good. For that reason, I'm going to put it in B tier. It's a high B, but in B tier. It is definitely a solid set, but I think when you compare it to what came in the next 2 years, it's got some deficiencies. So, 58. I really like this set. I know this set has some controversy because some of the background colors are not the nicest. For example, this Warren Spawn here, that dark green, it's not terrible, but it's not great. But then you compare it to, say, Red Sheendienst here with this yellow, that looks absolutely phenomenal. And again, you have the kind of block similar to the 55 with the logo, the name up at the top. It's a fairly simple design, but color makes it pop. And I like that. Now, the thing I really like about that set, and here's another color example. The thing I really like about that set is that you start getting inserts. And some of those are absolutely fantastic. For example, you have this Fence Busters card here. It's got four of the Braves from the heart of the order of the 57 team, and several other teams have that as well. You have this World Series batting foes of Hank Aaron and Mickey Mantle, the only card they're on together. And it's got the bunting in Yankee Stadium in the background. It's just absolutely classic, a fantastic looking card. And then the other thing, it is one of my favorite all-star sets. League in the red, National League in the blue. Um, but I just love that blue and red background with the stars there. And it's just a fantastic looking all-star set. So, despite some of the hits and misses on the main cards, because of all those subsets, it is A tier for me. Again, it's another one that I almost want to put in S tier, but the main set I think holds it back just a little bit. So that leaves us with 59. 59, another kind of controversial main design. It's got the little spotlight effect with the colored border around. The player, usually it's portraits, but it's a smaller size, so you can't get as much action in there. But overall, I like the spotlight design. Some colors better than others. Like this blue is absolutely gorgeous. And the background there with him with the bat and the stadium in the background looks great. But once again, what sets this apart from some of the other earlier sets is the subsets. So you have things like Destruction Crew, Fence Busters, Batter Bafflers, other things like that, where it shows multiple people from multiple teams. And I love this Indians one here with Larry Doby, Rocky Colavito, and Minnie Minoso. It also has these action shots here called baseball thrills. I have the Hank Aaron one, but there are quite a few others, and some of them are great moments. Nice action colorized pictures here. And then finally, another very nice all-star set. They switched the colors this time. Red for the National and blue for the American. Very much like the 58s, I'm going to do the same thing with the 59s because I like this design, but there are some that just, it doesn't quite look right. But because of the subsets in combination with that, I'm putting this one A tier as well. So that is our final rankings. Again, looks like I'm one of the newer teachers, likes to give everybody A's and make them feel special. But remember, we are dealing with the 50s tops, beautiful sets almost across the board here. They're going to get high marks. Don't worry, we'll get to some other ones that leave some things to be desired. So anyway, let me know what you think, where you agree with me, disagree, about where I've got them ranked, as well as just some of the comments that I made. So let me know, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.